What's good, YouTube? Navy94 here to bring you another episode of Anime Studio Simulator. In the last episode, we went off to go meet with our investor who is interested in Mad Chemistriy, our Harem route anime. Without further ado, let's just jump right into the game. Everything is there. She runs over the questions again in her mind. Then she checks her social media networks to relax. After a little while, a man dressed in a business suit and carrying a briefcase enters the restaurant. Yukari's mouth goes dry. It must be him. She waves and approaches her table. Yukari? Yes. He takes the seat across from her and smiles. She breathes a little. It's good to see you. How's the development of Mad Chemistriy going along? Although her heart hammers in her chest, her practiced answers spring to her lips. We're doing great. Next week, we're going to start the animation work. However, we'll soon run out of funds, which is why I've been looking for investors. I discussed it with my company last week, and we might be interested in investing. Could you tell me more details about Mad Chemistriy? Of course. Mad Chemistriy follows the only male member of a high school science club. In addition to the romantic elements, we've placed a strong emphasis on comedy. The female characters all love science, and they like to conduct experiments. Unfortunately, their experiments tend to lead to trouble. Interesting. Stories involving science are popular right now, you know. Especially if they encourage girls to enter scientific fields. Really? The Mad Chemistriy should be great. Although getting into a lot of trouble, girls' interest in science is inevitably shown as a good thing. What's your current progress? Yuri makes a mental note to thank Shunsuke again if this works out. Most of these questions she went over in her mind. Nothing too difficult so far. We're currently in between writing scenarios for the episodes. I'm working on production for Mad Chemistriy. The art is coming along nicely. We'll begin outsourcing the animation soon. Do you have a schedule drafted up? Yes, I brought our schedule with me. Yukari opens her bag and finds the document she brought. She passes them to the investor. He scans the documents and smiles. It looks like you've planned things out very well for Mad Chemistriy. It looks promising. He opens his briefcase and pulls out a paper, which he hands to Yukari. Her breath catches in her throat as she takes it. I had a hunch I'd be pleased with your team, so I brought the contract along with me. Take your time to read it. You can sign it now or later, whatever you prefer. Yes, they did it. They got an investor interested. Yukari can barely contain her excitement. She wanted to scream and jump in the air for joy. However, she still needs to be a professional. So she clears her throat and speaks in a voice much calmer than how she feels. Thank you. I'll look over it now. She reads the contract carefully. It seems like a pretty good deal, with nothing she needs to think about or consult the team on. When she reaches the end, she gives it one final scan and then signs it. Wonderful. I expect to see great things from Mad Chemistriy. I'll check on your progress from time to time. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Thank you. I'm happy to work with you. We'll make Mad Chemistriy an experience people won't forget. I have a meeting soon, so I'll need to leave unless you need something else. That's everything for now. Have a good day. You as well. Goodbye. The moment he's out the door, Yukari pulls out her phone and texts her friends to let them know what happened. Replies come almost immediately. Everyone wants to celebrate with a feast. You certainly can't argue with that. Alright, Yukari, that was amazing. Now we can focus on producing Mad Chemistriy. Congratulations. How did you convince him? Were the questions hard? Were you nervous? Honestly, I was pretty nervous, but the questions he asked me weren't too difficult. From there, everything worked out. She looks at Shunsuke. Thank you again for suggesting questions he might ask. In Anytime. And now we have funding. What did it feel like when he handed me the contract? It's very surreal, she laughs. Part of me still can't believe it really happened. Not everyone gets a chance to talk with investors like you did, especially not as young as you are. I knew you could do it. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. We've solved our funding problem. We still have other important issues to take care of. It's not over yet. Still, with the afternoon's success, she feels like she can handle anything. Mayumi, Shinsuke, we need to discuss outsourcing work for Mad Chemistriy. Yuko and Sumiko, you should continue working on the art until we'll meet our schedule for Mad Chemistriy. What will you be talking about? Delegating tasks and going over any potential concerns. Sounds interesting. I wish I could help. Just because you aren't involved with this doesn't mean you can't help. Your art is one of the most important things right now. Yuko nods. She and Sumiko head back to their desks to work on the art of Mad Chemistriy. Yuko turns her attention to the other two. Have either of you had experience hiring freelancers? Silence. Right, so we're all agreed. That makes it more likely things will go wrong without us having to. I'm sure it won't be that bad. But there's nothing wrong with preparing for the worst. For now, let's delegate tasks. Mayumi, as the sound editor, you should be in charge of everything related to our audio. In particular, we need to hire voice actors and find a suitable studio where we can record our script, as well as the opening and ending songs. Okay, I can do that. That leaves animation work and handling matters at the studio. I don't have any expertise when it comes to animation, so I'll manage the studio. I'll let you know if anything important happens. Okay, then I'll supervise the outsourced animation work. This arrangement seems pretty good. Once I start composing the music for Mad Chemistriy, though, I'll need help. Composing takes a lot of time, so I won't be able to supervise all the recording sessions after that. Who do you think should take over as supervisor? You. Me? But I don't know a lot about music. How will I know if it's going well or not? Don't worry, you can attend a few recording sessions with me. I'll make sure you learn what to listen for. Besides, you have a clear picture of what Mad Chemistriy should be like. You'll know if the music doesn't sound right. Just remember, it should be quirky and upbeat. Eager smiles. Alright, is there anything else we need to discuss? Not that I know of. Nope. Great. Then I'll see everyone tonight for dinner. I hereby call tonight's We Got Funded celebration to order. Everyone laughs. For once, no one talks about problems or worries. They have an investor, and Mad Chemistriy seems closer to becoming a reality than ever before. It's a night for celebration and relaxation. As Yukari looks around at her team members, she feels better than she has in weeks. Oh, I almost forgot. Want to hear what happened to me the other day? No, what? Because they don't want to hear the story. Yes, they do. No, they don't. Look at them. They're practically on the edge of their seats. Everyone, trust me, you don't want to hear the story. Now you're making me curious. Ha, see? She suits her sister triumphant look. Yuko just shakes her head and turns her attention to her meal as the story ends. Yuko and I went shopping for groceries on our way home. Since we had a lot to buy, we took the bus instead of walking home. Well, the bus was really crowded, so we couldn't find two seats together. But guess who I sat by? A celebrity? Someone who knew about Mad Chemistriy? An old friend you haven't seen in years? Wrong, wrong, and wrong. An interplanetary traveler. For a long time, no one speaks. They just stare at Sumiko, while Yuko covers her face. It looks like she wants to disappear. Yukari runs over the words in her mind and tries to make sense of them. At last, Shunsuke breaks the silence with a tentative guess. So, an astronaut? Not exactly. See, he was abducted by aliens a few months ago, but they became his friends. Now he gets to go on trips through space. Underwater, too. Have you ever heard of USOs? It was the worst bus trip of my entire life. Everyone was quiet except for this conspiracy theorist guy and my sister. I wanted to pretend I didn't know her. But you couldn't, because I still had half our groceries. They exchange glances and laugh. So, you believe in aliens, Sumiko, and you don't, Yuko? Right. It's good to know one of you has common sense. Thanks. Wasn't talking about you. See, the problem with some people, and, I'm not actually going to, define a version, but, is, y'all are too fucking closed-minded. You need to open your minds to certain viewpoints. Seriously, it's the only way to actually understand each other. Instead of going around calling people a special snowflake because they believe in this, this, and this, and all that other shit. Like, seriously, guys, knock it the fuck off. It winds up getting to name-calling in YouTube comment sections. It gets name-calling on Facebook, who agrees with somebody, but there are other people who don't agree with you. And then there's the whole paid protest crap. And that's one thing that actually does piss me off, though. A paid protester? Look, not every fucking buddy wants to get paid for protesting on something that they actually fucking believe in. Okay? So knock it the fuck off. You two are very different, aren't you? Took you this long to figure it out? No, but you're so close. It's nice to see people who don't let their differences drive them apart. I agree with Yukari on that statement. We are sisters, after all. I'd do anything for Sumiko, even if she does get into embarrassing conversations on the bus. Now, Sumiko, let me explain to you why aliens can't possibly exist. Oh, brother, this ought to be good. As they debate, Yukari leans back in her seat and smiles to herself. Their group has come a long way since the beginning. At first, she worried they might clash when they roared together, but they turned into a cohesive team. Someday, she hopes they'll all have a strong bond as strong as the one shared by Sumiko and Yuko. Another weekend arrives, and Yukari decides to raise additional funds. Just because they have one investor doesn't mean they can relax completely. Yukari runs through her meeting with the investor and writes down the aspects of Mad Chemistriy he seemed most pleased. So I'm not doing any of the outsourcing tasks this week because the next thing I'm doing is the whole animation studio thing, and last time the budget one didn't go anywhere. Oh, hey, look, it's my birthday. But last time we tried going for the cheaper animation studio route, and that didn't go anywhere because we needed more money for some fucked up reason. So we're gonna go with the more expensive studio, so we're not doing any outsourced tasks this time around for this week. She spends the rest of the weekend contacting more potential investors with a rewritten pitch highlighting the project's greatest strengths. Holy shitballs, I have $37. Okay, I guess I can do at least one thing. Outsourcing wise, I can do at least one thing. I'm gonna raise funds. I'm gonna have Shunsuke write, have you guys draw, because I know all of you don't need to relax. And outsource like one or two things. Yeah, we'll have $32. I just realized it's been 1 month since we started working on Mad Chemistriy. Still, we have about 2 months to go before our deadline. Wait, did I even do that? No. Wait, did I? Either way, everything's starting to look better. Can't wait for the day we see Mad Chemistriy on air. I know, right? It'll be crazy. Before the two of you drift off to dreamland, remember, we still have plenty of work to do. Yukari, have you started looking at which studio we'll work with yet? I narrowed the list down to a couple of studios, but I'm not sure how to get in touch with them. Should I email them or visit their offices? Why not both? You could email them first and then set up a meeting. Yes, it might confuse them if you walk in randomly. I wouldn't recommend it. Plus, if you plan it with them first, you'll have an agenda set for the meeting. Good idea. I'll get started on it right away. That night, Yukari checks her email and notices some of the animation studios. She shortlists the 2 most promising ones. Inoshia Studios is renowned for high production quality, but hiring them will come at a steep price. If they hire Inoshi Studios, Mad Chemistriy will definitely have great animations, but it might not be worth it. It's a lot of money to devote to a single aspect of production, and the budget isn't exactly huge. On the other hand, Pokemon Studios is relatively new in the industry. Although they've produced a number of hit titles, their price is quite affordable. The lower price is probably due to their decline this year after their recent works weren't well received by the public. Like, part of me would want to help out, like, the lower one. But the fact that the lower one kind of dicked us over in the last two fucking ones pisses me off. So we're going for the higher production quality. It's a difficult decision for Yukari to make. Not one she should make alone. She sends text messages to team members asking which studio they think she should pick. Unfortunately, when the votes came in, it's a tie. Mayumi and Yuko want to go with the Pokemon Studios out of concern for their budget. Shunsuke and Sumiko think it's safer to pick Inushi Studios for high quality and stability. Yukari didn't want to decide, but she has no choice. Hers is the deciding vote. Holy fuck. Inushi Studios it is. Now we've got $21. Yukari decides to get in touch with Inushi Studios. Working with a studio renowned for its production quality will help save them a lot more money in the long run. They will have proper procedures and guidelines during the production process, which will definitely be a great help to the inexperienced team. Best of all, it will ensure Mad Chemistriy has top-notch animation. After lunch, Mayumi walks back to the studio when a sign makes her freeze. Clearance sale? No way, ABC store is closing down? Everything's half price or cheaper. She looks at the jewelry on display. She's had her eye on it for some time, but it was always too expensive before. True, her lunch break isn't long enough for a shopping spree, but a chance like this will never come again. Go in and browse. She can't let an opportunity like this go to waste. Mayumi rushes inside. Look at that necklace and those bangles, wow! One basket won't be enough. 1 hour later, she leaves the store. She checks the time. Oh no, I'm super late. Clinging tightly to her purchases, Mayumi runs down the street. Where have you been, Mayumi? We were all waiting for you. Well, what's those in all those bags you're carrying? She sets down the bags and tries to look innocent. Oh, Mayumi. So which animation studio did you pick? Inushi Studios. I'll be heading over there later with Mayumi for consultation. Yeah, I thought we were only picking which studio to work with. No one told me anything about going to visit them. I was planning to tell you later. Why do you want me to go there with you? What difference does it make? Isn't it obvious? I feel more at ease when you're with me. I thought you were getting good at this stuff. Look at how you clinched the deal with the investor last week. That was an exception. I got lucky, and this time it involves dealing with a lot more people. I'll feel a lot better if you come with me. Please? Okay, I'll go with you if it makes you feel more confident. While we're gone, it'll be a good time for Sumiko and Yuko to familiarize themselves with the storyboards. Can I leave that up to you, Shunsuke? You should have a good idea of how things should flow since we worked on the storyboards for Mad Chemistriy together. Of course, you just focus on making sure the meeting with Inushi Studios is a success. Remember not to panic. That's not as easy as you think, but I'll try my best. Yukari gathers the documents she wants to take to Inushi Studios. She double-checks that everyone knows what they're doing, and heads out with Mayumi. So where is the studio anyway? The studio, where is it? Oh, she trails off. She'd rather not admit that she was so nervous about setting up the meeting and preparing for it, she forgot to check the address. She looks around for inspiration, and her gaze lands on the cafe doors. Hey, do you want to grab a bite to eat on the way? Huh? Sure, if we have time. Wait here. Yukari leaves her on the sidewalk and runs into the cafe. One of my best customers. What can I do for you? I'd like to order something quick we can take on the go, but that's not important right now. Do you know how to get to Inushi Studios? Yes, actually, we have make a left at the corner, and then Yukari. When did you get here? I thought I told you to wait. You were acting weird, so I followed you. Right, well, I was just, That's right, we'd love to try your newest flavor of donuts. What about the directions to Inishi Studios? Some people don't know how to take a hint. Oh, Yukari. Look at it this way, we know where we're going, and we have food. What could be better? Knowing where to go from the start. Come on, it's this way. Are you sure you're not suddenly going to bolt into a store shouting that you need to buy something? Very funny, let's go. That's weird, why isn't anyone? Oh, at the reception desk. And yes, I know that is actually a Overwatch poster thing. Because you cannot look at that character and tell me that is not D.Va. Like, I don't play Overwatch personally, but I'm aware of its existence and I'm aware of characters. Anyway, I'm going to leave this episode here. We are now at Inoshi Studios, which means in the next episode we will be meeting with the director, and hopefully, since we've got the better animation studio this time, we can actually finish the goddamn game! Anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. As always, have a wonderful day.